Oh, sweet, we both know that this is what you want. I can see it in your eyes, courtesy of you. And if you didn't want me to find you here tonight, then why do you lay still, huddled in the light? Thank you. This next one is a lot longer. The Pit. As in my bed I laid lamenting with wicked thoughts I was fermenting, that all my life I've lived a lie, I'll be forgotten when I die. I hear my thoughts trail to despair while I breathe thick cigarette air. I tap a barrel to catch a buzz. It never helps, but I think it does. The hours melt to drop like rain, so damn common, by now it's plain. My welcome death I can only feign. I wish I called my brother Cain. As my night turns earless, venting all my woes, at once cementing, sinking deep into my floor, an endless pit that Hades bore. I second-guess my sight, this surely can't be trusted. The sun arising now, my eyes long past crusted, and as the hole would spread, I knew this to be true, this ever-feeding maw, hell it would drag me through. So this is how it ends, consumed by fear and hate. Gazing down the depths, I saw it swan sedate. A colossal demon hand sprung out from Satan's gate, completely wrapped around me, pulled me to my fate. I'm not certain for how long I fell, or rather was pulled down into hell. My screams were drowned, my limbs restrained, descent for days by demons chained. In the dark, my thoughts are real, but I know I've made no crossroads deal. My life so quickly becomes a joke through all the horrors that I'd invoke. As I fell, something followed me down, a face in the wall that laughed like a clown, a sadistic smile that would shift to a frown, extends from the wall, while with fear I drown. Its eyes were black, soulless and cold, its slack jaw cracked while its worm tongue rolled. It encircled my legs, pulled back to its teeth, while a nail like a sword arose up from beneath. My screams would shatter glass as my legs were slow to sever. It slurped them up like noodles, but I swear it took forever. And as my pain consumed, I knew hell wasn't done. Maggots from my wounds, my nightmares just begun. In my fall eternal, out the face would pour. Neck, shoulders, arms, but of arms this one has four. But then that hand released me, I crashed into the floor. A pool of puked blood, with walls of only gore. About time with the snack, but I much prefer your screaming. I'd have to say my favorites you gift me when you're dreaming. I'll let you rot a while I get back to my scheming. The face fell into the adjacent wall after its fiendish taunting. Long past an echo, they stayed in my head. The wall's words were ringing and haunting. What could it mean that it prefers the screams that I gifted in my dreams? My thoughts were interrupted by my maggot's ceaseless torrent. My legs turned into stumps by a golem so abhorrent. My back contorts in pain, my sinful, wicked bane. These walls won't contain, I'll see that beast been slain. I struggled to pull myself to my bars made out of bone, with every inch through blood, a gut-curdling groan. And as my screams subside, I hear I'm not alone. A shadow up the hall, by torchlight faces shown. Could it be time for my next feeding, or perhaps you're fit for breeding? But I mean, not with me, don't you go misreading. Its face, I'll never forget that face. Of course it guards this place. Its forearms hold no key, there's no lock, but I'm not free. As the torch trails through the hall, illuminates the rotting wall, it grins before my cell of bone. This troll, have I shrunk, or has he grown? Oily orange pus bathed his wrinkled skin, its noxious odor vile, reeked worse than sin. I really truly hope that I drank too much gin, its black eyes never blink, pokes mine with a pin. I'm gonna bet you'll be entertaining, soon with your intestine the wall I will be staining, but you, I'll keep alive to savor your complaining. Drool drained down while its yellow lips curled, I ran out of puke, or I would have hurled. It kicked down the gate, walked to me straight. 3 hands of slime pull me up from the ground. He spits acid on my face. My scream's his favorite sound. My arms shatter in his grip, a splash of blood when maggots drip. With his free hand, he skins me alive. I'm such a fool to drink before 5. I'm not certain if I'll survive this horrid hell where angels dive. Please, oh please, don't let me disrupt. Your screaming so sweet has stopped so abrupt. It's just you and me, you won't interrupt. He breaks my arms again, coaxing out my pains, loads me up with acid, needles in my veins. As I hang there, my blood burning, of my fate I'm swiftly learning. You see, my child, you I've been trailing. At each turn, I've sent you failing. At your dead ends, I await your wailing. It's not just you, others I've broken, but I've never met any so dumbly outspoken. I'll take your tongue for my next token. With my resistance fleeting, my skin this troll is eating. He tells me that I taste of shit, I think I'm glad, but out of wit. True to his word, my gut he rips out, black blood and maggots from my wound spout. Of what he'll do next, I have no doubt. He broke my ears with his next shout. I don't know why you insist on crying. I already told you you won't be dying, and I won't let you, don't bother trying. Well, if he thinks my tongue his prize, I'll give him foggy eyes. I bite it off and try to swallow. Down my throat his fingers follow. Did you think that I wasn't serious? I told you once, plain as day, but in case you are delirious, there's no escape. You'll never die, it's really not mysterious. My fate sinks in and I start to cry. My only wish, to quickly die. My entrails trail across the wall. My screams carry down the blood so tall. So this is to be my life till the end of days? I bet if I crawled out a minotaur and maze, why'd I think to drink when my friends ask to blaze? I'll never see the sun or feel its warming lays. Cheer up, lad, you should be excited. It was a gift to leave you sighted and for my wife to not be invited. I refuse to believe that this troll has a wife unless, like me, he wrote her life. But still, it's too damn difficult to think that with this beast one's heart would sink. My arm in his mouth, he rakes off my flesh, claiming that somehow it's much better fresh. I feel his nails start to puncture my lungs. His hair turns to flame. He starts speaking in tongues. He forced his tongue down into my throat, into my stomach, making me bloat. Pulled it out slowly, swiftly to gloat, growing the horns of the Mendes goat. You see, my boy, it's really quite simple. Here, in my world, you're less than a pimple. Now give me a smile, at least one dimple. What have I done to deserve such pain in every nerve? But worse yet is the fear, with more looming near. I think I'll let you marinate and in your pain revel. I suggest you pray to Satan, your lord here on this level. And when you hear God answer, praise that holy devil. I doubt that this waiting is much more than torture. My blood's still tainted, this acid's a scorcher. A moist collision rings, my intestine hit the floor. It's only been a day, but I know he still has more. In this pit I'd rot and fester, intermittent rats would pester. The limping one I'd take a jester, have a tail, call it Sylvester. The troll comes back as he pleases, necrotic flesh spawns new diseases. Each piece he takes, that day grows back, spare maggot legs where blood runs black. One day, he slept in my cell, my cruelest fate, my darkest hell. I knew this was my chance, silent my advance. As I crept close, that wicked smile, he was awake all the while. He opened his mouth with blinding breath vile, covered my face in a caustic bile. Please, my prey, give me more credit. I've already told you, I've already said it. There's no escape, and I've yet to edit. My face begins to sizzle, then I smell it cook. Thank God there's no mirror, I bet like hell I look. But honestly, by now, I'm sure there is no God, and if I ever meet one, I swear it will be flawed. So this is how I'll end my days, forgotten here in an unholy daze. And when I think I'll get some sleep, across my neck, his fingers creep. In black eyes, I see his fun, burning bile bakes me well done. And when I think my life he's won, he sets me free, calls me his son. Cheer up, lad, it's not so bad, to this you were a chooser. And all those many woes you had as a lonely boozer. They aren't so bad now, are they, loser? Thank you.
Yay.
Woo!